So you want to build a 20 by 24 shop, but you want to know what the cost of it's going to be. I'm going to do my best in this video to break down the entire cost of this whole building that I built last summer in my yard. I'm going to start by giving you a rundown of all of the basics of the building. I have some notes off here to the side that I'm going to be referencing. So it's 20 feet wide, 24 feet deep. The sidewalls are 10 feet to the ceilings. The walls and the ceiling are both fully insulated with R13 or R15 insulation and then fully sheathed in 1/2-inch OSB. I have a 9-foot wide by 8-foot tall garage door up at the front of the building. I have a 36-inch wide man door on the one side. No windows or anything. Both of the doors are insulated as well. The roof is either a 312 or a 412 pitch. I can't remember exactly what it is. And despite seeing lights in here, it's actually not connected to electrical yet. The lighting that I do have in here is temporary. I'm going to be doing my permanent electrical in the spring or the summer. I just needed to get this built in time for the winter last year. So it was built in the summer, kind of into the fall of 2023 here in West Michigan. I think I started in mid-July and I finished it somewhere in mid-September or maybe early October. But so all of the prices that I'm going to be giving you, that's just what I paid in this area at that time. So if you're trying to compare what pricing is going to be in your area, that's just what I paid. Yours could be obviously a lot lower or a lot higher. So how much was the total bill? Okay, well, there's a couple different answers depending on how you look at it. Because in the area that I live in, I'm in Michigan in the United States, we have a store called Menards. And if you know Menards, you're singing the jingle in your head right now. Save big money at Menards. And you know that they offer 11% rebates various times throughout the year on everything that you buy. So you go in there and you spend a bunch of money, they'll give you 11% of that back in a mail-in rebate, which you can then take back in and spend in the store. So it's basically free money. I bought all of my materials during an 11% sale. So I got a lot of money that I then invested back into my project. So again, free money. My biggest single purchase was the day that I went there in May of 2023, and I spent $9,445.17. And that was for basically all of my major building materials that got walls up, a roof on, shingles on, siding on, doors on. Again, $9,445.17. My second biggest purchase in the whole project was for concrete. Now that included site prep and concrete, rebar, mesh, forms, everything. That was $4,710. So right there, I'm already close to about 15 grand. Now there was obviously a lot of runs to Menards to pick up a couple of these, a couple of that, some 2x4s, nails, various construction stuff. But included in that original $9,445 purchase was roofing nails and framing nails. But obviously, as things go, you have to go back, you have to make some changes, you have to pick up more of this or return some of this. So at the end of the day, my total out-of-pocket cost to get this building to what you see, exactly what you see right now, $15,819.32. Of that $15,819.32, though, I got nearly $1,500 in Menards rebates. Again, I consider that free money, so I'm subtracting that because I just used the rebates that they sent me, invested it back into the building, and got an extra $1,500 in supplies for free. So that brings us down to $14,327.62. My goal was to get this building built and in the current state that it's in for under $15,000. I look at that as a win. I think I did it. Now, depending on how you look at it, obviously I had to spend money in order to get those rebates back. So you may look at it differently. Totally fine. Another thing that I didn't realize until after I got my rough inspection, yes, I did get a permit. This building is fully permitted, inspected. I didn't want to go to sell the house in 15 or 20 years and have an unpermitted building on the property. So yeah, we went through the process of getting the permits done, which was only about $200 or so. That's all included in the numbers I just gave you. When we got our final inspection though, we had a 10 by 14 shed on the other side of our property. And when the inspector came out to do the inspection, that's when they noticed that and they said, oh, in my municipality, I'm only allowed to have one accessory structure on my property. That was a big bummer. We weren't planning on getting rid of that shed, but we ended up having to get rid of it in order to pass my final inspection. So I ended up selling the shed for $2,000. So again, depending on how you look at the numbers, I could then subtract that, and really my total out-of-pocket costs was $12,327.62. I know that that's kind of cheating, fudging the numbers a little bit, but it makes sense in my head, and that's all that matters. The next biggest question I get is, how long did this take to do? Again, I started in July, finished in September or October of 2023. But since I'm a nerd and I like keeping track of things and spreadsheets and everything, I actually kept track of all of my hours that I put into this building. Total, I was just over 200 hours. I think it was 210 or 211 hours to get the building to the state that you see it right now. I had a friend help me the first day, stand up all 4 of the walls and frame them out. Had some friends stop over and help me one day when I was getting shingles and OSB up onto the roof. I rented a shingle conveyor belt, so it was a lot easier to have somebody helping me load that up that day. And had friends stop over a couple of other times to help with some of the siding and just some of the miscellaneous stuff. But I would say about 90 to 95% of the work I did myself. I'm estimating, based on construction costs in Michigan, I'm estimating I saved between, I don't know, it's tough to tell, but somewhere between $25,000 and $35,000, maybe $40,000 if I had hired somebody to do this job. This job probably would have been a $40,000 to $50,000 job if I had hired it out. So was it worth it? Absolutely. Is it perfect? Not a chance. There's stuff that I look at every day and I think, I could have done that a little bit better, or should have taken my time to work through that one, but I couldn't be happier with how this building turned out. It's exactly what I wanted, and I'm so happy to have done it. If there's anything that you have a question about, whether it's money related, time related, leave the comment below. I'd be happy to help out in any way I can. I have most of my receipts, so I can always go back and look at things. But yeah, any questions at all, feel free to leave them below. I will do my best to answer them. Hopefully this is informative for you. So if you're looking to do a project like this, hopefully this gives you the inspiration to do it. I'm not a builder in any sense of the word. I'm really good at watching YouTube and figuring out how to do things. So if you're kind of struggling and wondering, I don't know if I can do this on my own, you can do it on your own. Trust me, if I can do this, you can do it. So again, hopefully this helped you out, and share the video, and if anyone you know is building something, hopefully this gives them the motivation to do so. So thanks a lot.